Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and yes, we got another Aaron Rodgers update to talk about. Now, this is a report from Yahoo saying that we get an idea of what the Green Bay Packers are offering, and it seems like the New York Jets are holding out, and they do not want to accept the offer that the Green Bay Packers are giving the New York Jets. So, according to Yahoo Sports, which is Charles Robinson, he was featured on a podcast, he mentioned that the Green Bay Packers are willing to give up this package right here. They want a 2023 pick from the Jets in the second round, and they also want a 2024 first-round pick next year from the New York Jets, and that will give the New York Jets Aaron Rodgers, and they're also willing to do what the Jets want of getting a 2025 conditional pick just in case Aaron Rodgers decides to retire after 1 year with the New York Jets. So the Jets don't want to accept this deal, according to Charles Robinson of Yahoo. Now, before we get deeper into it, I do have to say, all these reports, you got to take it with a grain of salt. And I know that all I'm doing and all we're doing as a Jets fan base is basing this off of this report or this report. It's really hard to tell what's true or not, but it does give us as a fan base an idea of what's going on. If this is hypothetically true, then let's talk about it, because this could be true for all we know, but it also could be completely false. So I had to give you guys that disclaimer that do not take this report as 110% factual, because I have no sources. I have no idea if this is true or not, but it's definitely something interesting to figure out if this is what the idea of the parameter of the deal that the Green Bay Packers are expecting from the New York Jets. So let's get into it. So if this is true, that means the Jets would have to give up one of their second-round picks. Now, we all know that the Jets traded away Elijah Moore, which gave the New York Jets an extra second-round pick this year. We moved up from round number 3 to round number 2. So we have pick, I believe, 42 and 43. So if the Jets do this trade, we still got a first and a second to play with in this upcoming draft class. But the Jets will also be sacrificing a first-round pick next year. Now, I think the New York Jets are trying to make it a conditional 2024 second-round pick, and it would become a first-round pick just in case the Jets go far in the NFL playoffs. I think that's what the Jets rather do, make it a conditional, where the Packers, they want a guaranteed first-round pick because they believe that they're not getting a first-round pick this season. I think that we can all agree that the New York Jets, they're not giving up the 13th overall pick. So now the Green Bay Packers are probably thinking to themselves, okay, if you're not going to give us the 13th overall pick this season, we want a guaranteed 2024 first-round pick. Now, do you guys think it's worth it to give up that 24 first-round pick for Aaron Rodgers for potentially a one-year rental? If it goes well, that pick is going to be late 20s. So I don't know. I think it's worth it personally. I just want this trade to get done with, but I also have a lot of confidence in the approach that Joe Douglas and Woody Johnson and Robert Saleh are handling this. They're not being too super aggressive. They're not being, they're being very patient with this. We saw a report yesterday about Aaron Rodgers telling the Jets to wait it out. There's no rush to really, figure out this trade. I'm going to come in May or June. Don't worry about it. I'm coming. There's no reason to rush. Now, if this trade does not happen by the NFL draft and Aaron Rodgers is still not a New York Jet, then we have some interesting things to talk about, because guess what? That 2023 second-round pick, that's going to be ours. The Jets get to use their 13th pick and both second-round picks in this year's draft class, and that leaves the Green Bay Packers with no draft picks from the New York Jets in this draft class. And I think that benefits the Jets side of things and not the Packers side of things, because the Green Bay Packers, they want to trade Aaron Rodgers and get him off the books just as much as the Jets want to get Aaron Rodgers to the New York Jets. So that's why it's really an interesting conversation. But if this is the trade package that is rumored to be true, and the New York Jets are holding out and saying we do not want to do this package, we prefer to give you a 2023 third-round pick or a 2024 conditional second-round pick, because it is interesting to hear that the Packers are interested in giving up that 2025 conditional pick just in case Aaron Rodgers decides to retire after year number 1. So I know this is really complicated. This is a really dragged out process, but I definitely want to give you guys my thoughts. If you want to read the article for yourselves about this report, I'll leave it down below in the description. It's on Pro Football Talk of NBC Sports. He refers the report from Charles Robinson of Yahoo Sports, who recently talked about it on a podcast. So I'm going to read the article real quick to give you guys the reference of what I am referring to. So, quote, Charles Robinson of Yahoo Sports on his podcast said that the Packers still want a second-round pick in 2023 and a first-round pick in 2024 for the quarterback the Packers no longer want on the team. Robinson added that the Packers are also willing to give up a 2025 draft pick back to the New York Jets if Aaron Rodgers decides to retire after the 2023 season. For now, what the Packers want and what the Jets will offer is meaningless. The two sides won't move to their true bottom line positions until the clock begins to strike 12. Prematurely sliding toward the best either side is willing to do can quickly become an expectation to do even better. The right move will be for both sides to unveil their best offers at the last minute and to hope the two circles of the Venn diagram at least kiss. Well, that's an interesting use of words there on the article. But yeah, that's really where we're at with this Aaron Rodgers situation. I think that the NFL draft is a really interesting, I don't want to call it a deadline because there is a chance that we don't get Aaron Rodgers by the draft. There's a chance that it goes after the draft. If the Jets want to hold out, they can because they still think that the Green Bay Packers, it's in their best interest to get Aaron Rodgers off their books. We also heard a report, or not a report, but from David Bakhtiari, a player on the Green Bay Packers, mentioned something ludicrous, saying like, oh, well, the Packers, if they wanted to, they can just pay out his $60 million so Rodgers can just retire and the Jets get nothing. That's not happening, bro. This is simply not happening. So let me know your thoughts down below of this report. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Please consider hit that thumbs up button if you're not already. And let's go freaking Jets. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Peace.